How's everyone doing? This video is going to be showing you 8 Blu-rays and DVDs that I have in my collection that are horror movies that I haven't seen, but I plan on watching in the next couple weeks. And I will be doing the reviews for some of these as well, so look forward to that coming up soon. But if you've seen any of these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them, and let me know which is your favorite of these, or let me know which sounds the most interesting to you and which one I should watch first. I've got 8 total, mixture of Blu-rays and DVDs. Some of these ones I've had in my collection for a while, some I just recently picked up. And maybe by doing this video I can expose some people to some horror movies they're not familiar with, but they find interesting by the synopsis or the characters and the theme of the movie. Hopefully that's the case, and hopefully these movies will turn out interesting for me as well after I watch them. First up is The Monster of Paradisblancas, which looks to be a super cheesy man in a rubber suit monster movie a la Creature of the Black Lagoon. And I love kind of cheesy rubber suit monsters, so definitely looking forward to checking this one out. From 1958, only 71 minutes. It's basically a sleepy lighthouse community is, I guess, being terrorized, and they think that it could be a thought to be extinct prehistoric amphibian, so it could be the Monster of Paradisblancas. It looks pretty exciting. I mean, look at that shot right there, the monster. The face to the monster looks interesting. Almost looks kind of like piggish right there in the nose and the teeth, but I dig it. There's been some really good releases for these old school monster movies, so I'm definitely looking forward to checking this one out. Next up is Night Train Murders. This one, I guess, has some notoriety for being really kind of, I guess, violent. It was released as Second House on the Left, A New House on the Left, and Torture Train. It's basically, I guess, about 2 teenage girls traveling through Europe, forced into a nightmare of sexual assault and sadistic violence. And it's directed by Aldo Lado, who directed Short Night of Glass Dolls, which I recently picked up as well. So yeah, this one looks like it's going to be pretty intense and violent, and I guess kind of took off from Last House on the Left, that kind of idea, and trying to play up on that. I guess the popularity of that one, obviously with the Second House on the Left and New House on the Left. There's a bunch of different ones trying to play off that kind of popularity of Last House on the Left for a while. So hopefully this one is going to live up to the notoriety of it, because it's definitely one that I've heard of before. And next up is Children of the Night, but it says it's Let the Right One In meets Twilight, which I don't really like the Twilight part. Let the Right One In is an all-time classic vampire movie. It is a genre defining and also transcends genres at the same time. A classic movie, and I do like the remake too, Let Me In. I think it was an unnecessary movie, but really well done. It says it's a darkly funny tale about a colony of child vampires, so I didn't realize it was going to have like a comedic twist on it. Basically a orphanage of vampires aged 4 to 120 years old, including the grandson of Count Dracula. They're just forced to defend their way of life against, there's a cult band of men trying to destroy them. So yeah, I don't really like the Twilight reference and the comedic role. I don't know how, there's some interesting things going on here. I didn't realize those aspects of it before, but I'm gonna give it a fair chance. It's Spanish. It says with English and French subtitles. So it's from Argentina. And next up is Byzantium. This is another vampire movie. It's directed by Neil Jordan, who directed a ton of great things. He directed Interview with the Vampire. He directed High Spirits, which is an entertaining one. He directed Mona Lisa, The Crying Game, which hugely popular movie. But yeah, this one right here has the Saoirse Ronan. And Saoirse Ronan also was Hannah, which I thought was an amazing film. And now it's a TV show too. So she's been around for a while. She did Atonement, but I feel like, you know, Hannah, which I thought was an amazing movie. Maybe because she was younger at the time, she didn't get quite as much notoriety, but then when Brooklyn came out, I think she just blew up even more so. But a very talented young actress, and looking forward to seeing how she plays in this role. And then Gemma Arterton, I guess it's basically a tale about 2 female vampires that have been sating their blood for 200 years. Kind of both different ways. One is like trying to do it more gently and using the elderly. Another one is just basically acting as a prostitute and just killing whoever messes with her, essentially. So they're just going two kind of different directions. But I guess it has like a, you know, a modern gothic vibe going on to it. But a couple of vampire movies. They both sound like polar opposites of the genre, but this one has a great director, so definitely looking forward to it. That's a big selling point. Next up is Sector 7. This is Korea's first 3D action blockbuster with, I guess, a horror theme going on here too. A crew on an oil rig is forced to battle a deadly sea creature. Sign me up. I am there. I am sold. I love these kind of ones where they're like secluded. And this one to me, I guess the action point and then with the 3D elements definitely has me intrigued. So Sector 7. Who doesn't love a good monster movie? Good monster at sea movie. This one right here sounds crazy. Like a lot of psychological horror, but some really violent elements. Mobius, Hell Hath No Fury, like a woman scorned. Basically, really twisted family kind of psychological horror. It's basically about this woman whose husband is cheating, and she decides she wants to cut off his stuff, Bobbit style. And instead, I guess she just injures him and then takes it out on her son, who I guess loses the... I'm just going from what's on the back of the synopsis. And then she leaves, and then they're all... both the husband and son are all like messed up from it. And then she comes back and it says it gets even more horrific than before. So it sounds super twisted. This is another one that I think is a lot of psychological elements going on here. Really dark and twisted and sick and sadistic. Korean horror extreme. Yeah, this is a grotesquely rewarding experience is the blurb on the front. We shall see. Maybe I'll have to have a couple drinks before I watch this one. Ooh, just thinking about it makes me cringe. Next up is The Devil Lives Here, which is on the back. It says Candyman meets Brazilian mythology in this terrifying tale of demonic spirits and black slavery. It says 3 teens visit their friend at a remote family farmhouse, but an evil spirit takes over this ancient house every 9 months on that exact day the teens are together. It's a vengeful evil spirit. So it sounds intriguing. They mentioned Candyman a bunch on here. So I like Candyman. That's a classic. That got a really great Blu-ray release recently too. And a lot of these companies are doing a great job as far as releasing some horror and cult titles, exploitation films. They do a lot of really good foreign ones. This one is Ram releasing. Another exploitation one right there is Children of the Night. And then Blue Underground always does some great jobs on their cult releases. And all of it's put out some good ones too. In Sector 7 is from Shout Factory. I think this might have been before Scream Factory was even a thing, or maybe really early into Scream Factory, because, you know, considering it's a horror movie, and Scream Factory is the horror cult division of Shout Factory. And next up, last, but hopefully not least, is Bombshell Bloodbath. And this has like the shortest synopsis for a movie that I've ever seen on a movie. Like, that's it right there. It's just like 2 sentences essentially. When exposed to her father's supernatural attempts to reanimate his wife, Kara must find a way to protect her family's secret while slowly slipping into the world of the living dead. Alright, and I will say the effects look pretty creepy right there. That guy and that creature. So it looks like it's going to be low budget, reanimation kind of Lovecraftian, zombie-esque deal going on. It says gory, gooey, goofy. So there's going to be some comedic elements going on too. It definitely looks kind of like a, you know, cheesy, trashy, street trash, those kind of slimy ones, Nightmare City, things like that. So we shall see how interesting it will be. Some of these ones I feel like it doesn't need the comedic elements. It says it's goofy. I like a good cheesy horror comedy, but one like this, I want to see some gross blood splatter and cool visual effects. We'll see how the comedic elements work with it and blend in. So those are the 8 horror movies that I haven't seen yet that I plan to watch in the next coming weeks. If you've seen any of them, definitely let me know what you think of them and which one is your favorite or which one sounds the most interesting to you. And let me know which one I should watch first. Leave me those comments down below. And let me know if you have any other horror movie recommendations for me to check out. Hope everybody's doing well. Take care.